Hello everybody and welcome to this other matchup video. So I intended to do this a while ago, once Popeye Saitama was announced. Didn't do it. I have a huge brain. So I'm doing it now. Now, if you don't know, this is the second part of a video that I already did, which is a matchup for every command that's already been Death Battle. Rules being, at least that I remember, no repeat match, no repeat characters, so I can't put Goku against, like, I don't know, who's someone dumb people would put him against, isn't it? Like, Goku versus Sonic, I can't do, unless it was an alternate version of Sonic that they haven't used, like Fleetway, or that's the only one I can think of that really matters. I get Sonic Boom. But those are the rules, and let's just get to it, because this is not going to take long, because I already did the first half of the season's characters in my original video, because I was dumb and didn't just think to leave out Season 8 until it was completed. So this is just going to be a second half of Season 8, and this is not going to be very long. Goku Black vs Red Sun Superman. This is a bad matchup for a character who does not need to return using a version of a character that doesn't need to be on Death Battle again, and this is the embodiment of just what happens when I have to find a matchup for a character who doesn't need to come back anyway. Women Melee is doing this, so leave them to do it, yeah. This is just evil-ish with Red Sun Superman, bad guy versions of Goku and Superman. Reverse Flash vs Scourge the Hedgehog from Sonic Archie. Is it Scourge or Scourge? I don't actually, it's a comic, but I don't know if they've ever like visualized it. I'm going to say Scourge just because that fits the Transformer I know with that name. This is another matchup for a character who doesn't need to return, but at least it's not the worst thing ever. Earbud and Scourge are like the antagonistic speedster counterparts to Barry and Sonic, though I guess it is a bit weird. The Scourge is literally just an alternate universe Sonic, while Earbud is a different guy completely. So maybe Johnny Quick would make more sense? I don't know. Still, at least this would be a fun animation, and people have made them fun animations before, so whoop-de-doo. Kool-Aid Man vs Pepsi Man. Hey, this is not Death Battle, you can go watch that. Randy Savage vs Super Macho Man from Punch-Out. Fuck you, I don't know, they're both Macho... Look, I didn't know what to do for Randy Savage. His matchup was the Kool-Aid Man. Dio vs Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's. Two arrogant British killers who became immortals after seemingly dying, who were the main antagonists of the third part of the story, but had their impact expand beyond that scope with the inclusion of their son, their minions, and their machinations. They're also yellow. This is a super thematic matchup with countless boatloads of animation potential and a super close debate as well as a lot of fun banter. I highly recommend you suggest this to Rooster Teeth headquarters so they realize how many people are part of the Dio Trap movement. Alucard vs Hellboy from Hellboy. Two long-coated gunslingers who hunt their own kind, acting as the ultimate weapons of their shady organization dedicated to stopping the monsters that go bump in the night. Also, both get involved in Nazi stuff. This is a cool matchup. I think it'd be neat to have an Alucard matchup that focuses on the horror aspects of the character in the series, having it come across as both of them treating the other casually as just another monster, becoming more and more monstrous as the fight goes on. And like, I know it might not actually seem like Hellboy fits the horror aesthetic, but given how some of his comics are, I think you could really work it with Hellboy. At least more so than Dio, who's a lot more flamboyant and bombastic. It'd have such a different tone and battle to Alucard vs Dio that I'd be all for it. But Nero exists. Korra vs Rey from Star Wars. They are women. Storm vs Fujin from Mortal Kombat. They are Wind God protectors, and if there are any other connections beyond that, I wouldn't know them. This probably would have been more interesting for Storm from the get-go, but it wouldn't really avoid the Stomp factor. I don't need Storm coming back though, but Fujin's like one of the few Mortal Kombat characters in the modern era that's actually still pretty cool, so. Mamoru Uchiha vs Amakusa Shirota Kasada from Fate Grand Order. Fate Apocrypha, actually. I know people joke a lot about the influx of Fate in the last one, but like, this is the only one Madara idea that I knew existed other than Sosuke Aizen. They have the same world peace through stupid world-altering means thing going on. I don't know, I just can't get into other Madara matchups that aren't Aizen, so this is just a proxy. Sosuke Aizen vs Makuta Pterodax from Bionicle. It really is kind of interesting how I don't actually have many interesting matchups for characters in Season 8. Like, they're all ones that I think either got their only good one, or don't really have ults at all, not even bad ults. So this one's apparently just Makuta's retcon destiny to overtake Mata Nui, some similar thing to Aizen's story. No, I don't know much about what makes it thematic, but apparently it is. Man, I really want Makuta Pterodax to have a good matchup. The closest he has is the Fallen from Transformers. And while I like the Fallen, literally all of his media outside of the original comics he appeared in, he kind of sucks in them. Sucks in the movie, he sucks in Power of the Primes, he sucks in RID. Man, the Fallen really did peak as that living furnace. Saitama vs Captain Underpants. I don't really have any interest in this matchup, but I think Biffweed still likes it, so that's where this advertisement is coming from. Popeye vs Desperate Dan. Desperate Dan is a British comic magazine protagonist who's considered the world's strongest man because he eats his beef pies. He's just British Popeye, so Popeye but worse. I'll give note to Asterix as well, that one also sounds cool, but I just prefer Desperate Dan. And I guess before we finish this off, I'll just go through like a speed round of some like other matchups for the characters who previously showed up and I'm already talking about. Kratos versus Ashwatthama from Fate Grand Order makes more sense than Kratos versus Nobunaga, which I said, so I'd say that would be better. There is of course Azura as well, I can acknowledge that. Luke Skywalker vs Paul Atreides from Dune, that is one of my most wanted now. Shao Kahn vs Skeletor from Master of the Universe. I know Skeletor vs Zed exists, that's probably better, but this one also works. I think this taps into like some of the more intimidating versions of the characters, so basically Shao Kahn from the end of the classic era and Skeletor from basically anything outside of the original cartoon. Scorpion vs Wolf from Sekiro, something about undead ninjas coming back for vengeance, something like that. Sounds cool. Probably better than Darth Maul, but I'm not really interested either way too much. I think either way would be cool. Ragnar the Blood Edge vs Velvet Crow from Tales of Berseria. I hear this one is very thematic. I don't know the themes, but it sounds cool. And hey, Tales of Berseria would be a Tales of game would be cool to get in. Bane vs Jack Hanma from Baki Grappler or Baki the Grappler. I've never gotten a clear answer on which one it is. This is apparently just like really buff guys who roid themselves up on super drugs for the specific purpose of beating one individual fucker. Honestly, just looking at Jack, it looks kind of cool. At least I think it was Jack. That's what I was told. It might be someone else from Baki that it's meant to be, and I've just been duped, but I don't care, it's Bane. Megazord vs Volcanicus from Transformers makes more sense than the actual Megazord matchup I gave, which I think was Leo Kaiser. I don't know why I went with Leo Kaiser, like just because Predaking wasn't available. Volcanicus makes a lot more sense. He's the combiner made of the Dinobots against the Dino Megazord. That makes a lot more sense to me. Kenshiro vs Riki from Riki-Oh. This is another one of my most wanted that I don't know how I missed. Riki-Oh is a series that's very similar to Fist of the North Star in that, you know, it's extremely gory. It probably unnecessarily so at points. Like sometimes it's just unnecessarily gross, but it's very violent. It's got a dystopian future. Ricky's wandering it around. He's helping people out by punching others really hard. He's on a search for his brother, the way Kenshiro has conflict with Rao at some point. Riki-Oh takes a lot of inspiration from Fist of the North Star. And also he's using some sort of secret martial arts technique that involves use of his spiritual energy that he blows people up from within using it. Carnage vs Carmine from Under Night In-Birth. I guess this one just missed me because Carmine's kind of a nothing character. But I mean, Carnage is too. This is literally just guys who kill people by weaponizing their blood, and they have no personality beyond that. But like even then, Carmine has a bit more going on. Like he's got that whole loner thing going. Like Carmine's got elements to his character. Carnage doesn't, but still, that's probably better than Alex Mercer. He can go remain fighting cold. Optimus Prime versus Leader 1 from GoBots. Yeah, it's I just like it. I like Transformers versus GoBots. It's not like a super cool rivalry to me because I never really got into GoBots, but I like the GoBots, you know, to an extent, as much as I can without having actually seen much of the media beyond Renegade Rhetoric. And Optimus Prime as Leader 1 just sounds like the better go-to for an Optimus Prime run back than fucking Burning Gundam. So that was very short. I hope you guys enjoyed the rambling me at the end. Don't worry, next season, for Season 9, I'll do the whole thing in one instead of making one video, or two videos, I guess. It's only half the season each. Next time on one of these, I'll be looking at the new franchises from last year, because intelligently, I did not include Killer Kill at the end of my new matchup for every franchise thing. So yeah, I hope you guys all have a good one. I hope you enjoyed what was essentially just me rambling. See ya!